Hi everybody, it's Tina Plackinger. Thank you for joining me today. This is a very short video, but I want to talk to you about overcoming. I think we're in the fifth seal, and I think that we are waiting for the arrival of the Antichrist. There are some people that think that this virus is a hoax, and you know what, I don't get into all that stuff. I just don't get into it. I think that we're in the fifth seal. And I want to talk to you today briefly to give you hope in case you're hanging on by a thin thread, especially if you're newly gang stalked and they've got you spinning like a top where everything in your life is falling apart, okay? And you are thinking about committing suicide. You know, I should have known that something was going to transpire when I tried to make this video, okay? There would be, you know, the neighbors would come out and call their dogs, or the dog would start barking, or now the air conditioner went on. So, but anyways, I'm just going to continue because I need to get this message out there that things are being amped up right now. I don't know if you're getting more vivid dreams. I don't know if things are happening in your life where, you know, things are like, you know, how did that happen? You know, supernatural things. But God, I believe, is amping things up for His people. But I also want you to know that so is the enemy. They're amping things up too. And I want you to know that I've been a big follower of TV evangelists. I mentioned that to you one other time. Being isolated in the house for many, many years, I know all of them. And one of my favorites is facing some pretty hefty spiritual warfare, almost to the point of being taken off the air. I made a video about it. It's basically for the ministry. I want to give them hope. The only way I know how to get my message to them is by posting it and sending them a link. That's the only way I know how to do it. So you know in advance you'll be getting a copy of that video, because it's the only way I know how to do it. I don't have an iPhone where I can just make a video and then send them the link by way of an email. So I'm going to do it the way I can do it and not be afraid that you might not like it and all of that. I'm actually not going to have comments on it or anything, but I want you to know that that's what I'm doing, because it breaks my heart. It really does. A lot of people are being attacked right now. They're losing their jobs. We have to have faith that we're being put in alignment according to God's will. Okay? We have to stay open. We can't be walking around with our head down on our chest, mumbling about, oh, making it through another day. And, you know, how long, Lord, how long? I get into that. I'm saying that from my own experience. Okay? And I just, you know, I want to tell you that it's really important that we hang on, that I have never felt that the gang stalking was going to be stopped. I have a sign in front of my house, posted, a metal sign that I had made, U.S. Congress, outlaw organized gang stalking. Community fake news, illegal COINTELPRO surveillance. I never thought that it would end in this lifetime. It's just something that I have never really believed that it would ever end, okay? But I do believe that we're in the last days. And I do believe that, I believe in the rapture. I want to believe in the rapture. I need to believe in the rapture. I'm excited about it, and I believe in it. I'm not doing this video to fight with anybody about this, okay? This is what I believe, and I believe that it's soon. I believe it's soon. And I believe the closer we get to it, the more you're going to want to commit suicide. Because if things are going to look really dark to you, you're going to have lost that job, okay? You're going to feel like you can't go on anymore because of the loneliness, because of being broke, because of what they did to you, okay? The devil is going to attack us in all kinds of ways, and we need to stay focused on Jesus, the Word of God, helping each other, okay? Taking our mind off of when is he coming to save me, meaning a man, or when is she going to notice me, meaning a woman, okay? That's, you know, we need to get our head up out of that and focus on what can we do to get someone saved. What can we do to help somebody else make it through the day without hanging themselves or jumping off a bridge or, you know, parking their vehicle on the railroad track and taking a bunch of sleeping pills. You know, these things are happening in the world. This is what Jesus says. Jesus says this in Revelation 2:9. I know your works, tribulation and poverty, although we are rich. And I know the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Liars, liars. The way I'm looking at that, people who come into your life and, you know, what they're meant to be is to be your handler, okay? So they come across like they're fellow TIs, but they're not. But they're not. We are okay alone. You are okay alone. Somebody comes along in your life and all of a sudden, oh yeah, this ex from 30 years ago, or the ex from 20 years ago, or oh, this new guy that says that, you know, he's a TI, he's going to come over and help me, and, you know, or, oh, she likes to cook me dinners and bring them up. No. You know, we don't need that. We don't need that. What we need to do is to be quiet and to listen to the voice of God, because he hasn't brought us this far to just drop us off somewhere. He needs us. Okay, he needs us. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. We are the churches. We are the churches. Okay? This is Jesus talking. He who overcomes shall not be hurt by the second death. And then here's another part where he also says in Revelation 2:26, and he who overcomes and keeps my works until the end, to him I will give power over the nations in the millennium. In the millennium. Okay, he doesn't say that, but I'm adding that in there. As I have received from my Father, verse 28, and I will give him the morning star. The morning star is Jesus. Okay, I had this marked, but of course, you know, the enemy doesn't want me to be reading this. So first I became nauseous before I got out here. Okay, and then the air conditioner went on. Okay, and now my little slip of paper just flew out of my Bible and I lost my spot. But hang on, I'm going to find it. Okay, I feel very strongly, and I'm not the only one. You know, I listened to that old Marine who passed away now, but from the Shepherd's Chapel, and, you know, he too believes that we are in the fifth seal. We're waiting for the arrival. We're waiting for the appearance of the Antichrist. Okay? Everything else is going on. You know, the third seal is economics and famine. You know, the fourth seal is diseases, plagues, and death. I mean, you know, I'm not somebody who's going to sit here and say that this is a hoax going on. Where is it? Jesus, help me. Help me find where it is. There was another thing about overcoming. You know, I don't get into that whole 144,000 thing because I don't know that much about it. But I can tell you that we are overcomers. You know, the key to knowledge is this. This is our key to knowledge, okay? All kinds of cool things are happening right now with messages from God and through dreams and supernatural things that happen and so forth. But the devil is also very, very busy with his workers. And just know that, you know, my message today for you is that I wanted to let you know about my favorite ministry, who is having problems, spiritual warfare. You know, they're trying to get the preachers off the air. You know, I've heard that these things were going to happen. I heard this stuff a long time ago. And I did make that video. I want you to know about that. In case you're questioning it, you know what I'm